Hello everybody, this is Ben85. Welcome back to another episode of You Play KSP Reboot. And we are here at the Space Center because we need to do some R&D. We have 320 science here, and we got to kind of figure out what we're going to do here. So there's a couple of them that I would like to get. High power electrics allows us to get some big solar arrays, which will allow us to power our space station, which is something I would like to be able to do. It also gets us the science components, the spectrometron, the retrograde quarks, prograde quarks, somewhat unstable, and are stable. And you need the cyclotron, which is right here, the DZZZY, Dizzy cyclotron. I love that name. Oh, we get the Gigantor as well. These are the neat ones, the Salutes ones. So I want to get that. This one gets us a bigger relay antenna, a bigger regular antenna, which we may need, and the accelerometer, which is another scientific experiment, which will get us more science. So that one's kind of important. This one, not really important. Field science. Not really that important. These aren't that important. This one is. This gets us the nuclear engine, which we're going to need for our trip out to Duna, I think. Large volume containers, some 8x storage. So this gets us some big storage containers, which we may use on our way out, as well as some big tanks. Advanced metalworks gets us a shielded docking port. Oh, and then the girder sections, which I want for the space station. These garage ports are kind of neat, but I don't think I'm going to do anything with that. And then flight, I don't think I'm going to do anything with that yet. Although we are eventually going to have to go high altitude, hypersonic, and then maybe aerospace tech. The Rapier is a very neat engine. Pre-cooler, shock cone intake, advanced canard. Yeah. And experimental doesn't get us anywhere either. So I think what we're going to plan on is I think we're going to get the electronic stuff first. We're going to let that go 37 days. And we've got 20 science left, so we're going to need another 300. We do have the ELO Explorer, but I don't think we have enough satellite or enough range, so we're gonna have to see if that works. If we get some relays, maybe out to Duna, maybe some out that way, we might be able to make it work. We'll have to see. But for now, I think we are gonna have to launch our moonlander, because today we are going to the moon. So I will meet you guys on the launch pad for a sped up version, at least until we get to the moon. So I'll be back in just a bit. Alright guys, here we are on the launch pad. This is a pretty big rocket as well. We're running all 2.5 meter stages. Asparagus staged. They should peel off in twins. You can see the fuel levels there on the left hand side where the engines are running. You can see the top two are going down faster. Those are the first two boosters that are going to run out. I think you can kind of see that the next two are a little bit further down than the bottom, but that'll change as it gets to it. And here we go, we're going to stage out, drop two boosters. Now the fuel's going to go down much slower because it's only feeding 3 engines instead of 5. That's the beauty of asparagus staging, because every time you drop the mass of the engines, you actually have all of your tanks full, so you're not really wasting fuel as much per se. It's not something that can be done in real life, at least not with the technology that we have, with the whole turbo pumps and pumping fuel where it needs to go. You couldn't feed from one tank to another fast enough to run it in a viable format. But that's okay, we can play with what the game allows us, and it makes for some easier, I guess, design abilities when it comes to building your rockets. You can get a little more weight off. So there we got our final booster off, and we're on our final engine here, just burning up to a nice high apoapsis as we always do. Excuse me, that was unexpected. There is another engine behind this one. You can kind of see it in that central stage, and then we're going to just head off towards the moon. I did not do the math on this very well. I just kind of threw fuel at it, looked at the numbers, and thought, yeah, this should work. We'll have to find out as we head that way. So there we go. We've got an orbit. Quick set one up. We're actually not far away from getting a proper orbit in place here. So time to just play around with a little bit, and I want to try to come around on the back side of the moon, because if you do it that way, you're moving in the same direction as the orbit itself, so you can get captured at a slower speed. It takes less fuel to make the capture. So that's the plan here, hopefully. So line her up. Misjudge the fuel, obviously, because I don't have enough fuel in this first stage, and I didn't think of it at the time. And this engine is a lot less powerful. It's just your basic, I was going to say transfer stage, but I think they call it a service module engine. It burns about what it should be in space, although I think it has more of a flame than it should. Usually your engines in space don't really show much for flames coming out of it. You can see I've actually got some winches and some landing legs on the bottom there. Ooh, look at that shot. That's a pretty shot there, headed for the moon. That's going to be where it lands. I didn't have a very good setup for a lander at this time. I don't have the engines I need for it, so I built a tall structure, which is not what you want to do when it comes to landing on another body, simply because if you don't have it perfectly straight up and down, and you don't have all of your horizontal momentum canceled out, you will tip over, and it will not end well. And yes, I know I'm hinting at this. Remember, I am recording this section after I did the entire episode, at least the audio portion, so I know what happens. And I might be trying to foreshadow, but I might not be. I guess you guys will have to continue watching and see what actually happens. But I'm just saying, I have pulled this off in the past, and it worked just fine, but this thing's got a lot more mass, and it has no RCS thrusters, which was definitely a mistake on my part, but I was trying to save weight. And we may or may not pay for it in the end. We shall see. But we're heading out to the moon here. Just a quick zip out here. Let us change over in our sphere of influence right about now. Didn't realize why it slowed down, but then I realized the nav ball's pointed in the opposite direction because of where we're headed. And you can see we got a nice parabola there. We don't have like a straight line. It means that we did it right. Our speed coming in is exactly what we want it to be, and it shouldn't take that much fuel to get us into orbit. So we're going to bring it down into an orbit, and after we do that, the entire plan is to line up our orbit across the landing site where our moon base is, and then bring her down and do a normal landing like we've done before. It's just this time we actually have kerbals on board, and we probably shouldn't kill them. At least that would be an ideal situation. But I'm going to swing you guys over to the actual landing now for the rest of the episode, so enjoy how things actually went down. Alright guys, welcome back. I think we're just going to go for it. I was contemplating maybe making a couple orbits, letting things change a little bit and how things look. But what we're going to do is we're going to go for a landing here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get an orbital path here that seems to cross over our location here. See here, I'm trying to get it to pass over the top of our little base here. I think that'll do pretty well. We've got a 77 meter per second burn in about 5 minutes. Actually, let's try to get on the maneuver node here. What I am going to do here, I do not use this much, but just in case, I quick saved it. Hey, oh, oops, I had that in the wrong spot. He was still holding retrograde. I do like using those, but I'm not used to it because it is something new that I didn't used to use in the old games because there wasn't anything there. So let's bring it into our maneuver node here. We're going to attempt a pinpoint landing is pretty much what we're going to try to do here. So I think I'm going to start a little bit early because I think I'm going to run this one kind of slow. Watching here, watching. I'm going to kill the maneuver node because I don't really need it. We're just watching this line right here. Here it comes. I think I want to go a little bit further north. I'm changing the nav ball a little bit here. Yeah, right there. That looks pretty good. So we're going to be slowing down as we come in. What I do want to do here, if we can do it, Moon Lab, set as target. So this way we do have the ability to localize where our target is. So now I guess we're just gonna come in. Try to come in for this landing. We are gonna want to be pointed retrograde here. Whew. Alright, this is gonna be an interesting landing because this thing is a beast. And I have not tested this thing at all. So we gotta come in over the lip of that crater. Looks like right in here's the lip of our crater. We have well, okay, here is our target. So let them turn retrograde. We have a 4.6, 4.5 thrust to weight ratio, which is good. I don't, or is that one of our waypoints? Okay, I'm gonna start burning a little bit here, but I have to be careful here that I don't bring this back too far. I only want to get to about here. For pinpoint landings, it is going to be easier if you're coming in a little bit more vertical. Obviously, the most efficient landing is going to be coming in nice and low and then burning all of your horizontal, or at least as much as you can. And then basically touching down right as you zero that out. So we're just burning down, trying to slow down. We do have too much fuel in this stage. Like I said, I did not test this at all. So we are going to have too much. We're going to have to ditch that. Oh, flow priority. Nice. Okay, so that is the lander. This is the lab that we're going to try aim for. Alright, so we are coming in fast. Let's try to burn out as much of this as we can. Coming in high too. Where are we at? We're 13,000 meters up. And we can't zoom in any closer than this. We need to push north. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to push this north here so that our landing looks a lot better here. Push it back to retrograde. I think we're on target pretty well here. Question is, how much do we save that fuel tank? When do we jettison? I don't want it to be in target. I want it to be in surface mode. Shh. Alright, so let's burn some more here. We're not going to slow down real fast. This stage is not that powerful. Boy, that retrograde feature tracks really nice. So we want our target and our retrograde markers to line up. And it looks like we're doing a pretty good job of it. We do need to push it this way a little bit. We are tracking off. And what you do is you end up basically pushing it, is what you want to do. You line up your velocity vector away from it like this, and it's going to push it. How much fuel do we have left in here? I'm pushing that vector over, trying to get us to line up towards it. Let's bring us back to retrograde here. I don't like where we're landing here. Let's go back to stability control. We've got the fuel. Let's kind of line it up for a hover here. Just kind of trying to push ourselves over this way a little bit. We're still falling slowly. Okay, alright, let's go to retrograde. Let's ditch that. Let's fire the next engines. It's just going to get a lot more responsive now. Gear out. This thing is tall. Oh, these engines are not very powerful. Oh, we're not. This is not good. I didn't realize that. We're going to hit hard. Well, that's not good. No, I want to tip you up. There we go. How do I want to do this? So we've got 2 days of oxygen and food remaining there. If we do this, I want to get to this. How much resources do I have here? I have a lot of resources, and battery-wise, I've got a lot of battery. Okay, let's... If I unload out of this, I don't know if I can quick save. Or quick load. I don't know if I have enough resources. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna reload it. We get 1 reload. If I crash it again, we have to start all over again. Oh, I don't have my retro burn yet. And I think we want to push it a little bit further north, if I remember correctly. Nope, I didn't want to pull flight engineer. There we go, now we're pushing it north, good. Then we'll bring it back this way. Okay. Let's try this again. One more attempt here. Alright, coming in, coming in. No, I want... I don't want the debris. Set as target, Moon Lab 1. Whew, okay, let's try this one more time. We are coming in way to the north now. Which is not a bad thing. Altitude's 8,000 meters. Let's burn retrograde. Let's burn retrograde. We need to burn hard here. We're gonna fly right over it. This is not an ideal approach. Our horizontal speed is 350 meters per second. We need to kill that. We need to kill that now. We let it go too far, is what happened. So we need to slow down and we need to come back. Oh, and we need to kill our vertical velocity too. Oh, that's why. I want to be surface mode. Okay, we need to kill horizontal, or vertical. We need to slow down. We need to stop falling. We should have kept the first one. Okay, vertical speed first. Vertical speed will kill us. Horizontal speed will not. I gotta watch my fuel though. If we get it slowed down far enough, our other engines can handle it. Okay, we're going back up. So we need to go this way. We need to go back towards our target. Okay. I just want to see what it's showing here. We need to go a little bit further. So now it shows a landing right next to it. Perfect. So we need to get retrograde. We're going up a little bit. We're going to start falling. I'm nervous. We have the big 3 on here. We have a lander that we have not vetted out at all. Okay, I want to cheat towards the horizontal or the vertical again. Okay, we are going to run out of fuel here. Okay. This is better. We need to push this way. Alright, just pushing that reticle around. Nope. I'm watching the screen more than I should here. Our vertical speed is 40 meters per second. So we need to kill that, and we need to head that way. Vertical speed is dropping. Pushing our reticle that way. 15 meters per second fall. I'm watching the vertical speed up in the top there. We actually, instead of orbit, we should probably be in surface mode here. Alright, cutting throttle. I want to start hovering. We also need to find our reticle here. We need to slow down horizontally. I'm happy with our path now. Alright, point retrograde. Okay, slower descent, slower descent. Gear down. I want to drift it that way. Oop, don't. I need to stop watching the screen. I need to watch the nav ball. The nav ball will tell me everything I need to know to make this work. Alright, I'm headed in the right direction. I just want to stay vertical now. And slowly start bleeding off a little bit my horizontal speed as we're drifting over there. Okay, stay vertical. We're drifting at 6 meters per second sideways. This thing is tall, so we got to be very careful. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Okay, we are on our side. That is very much a crash. Well, we're almost to there. But we do have full systems. We have the ability to get home, I think. But just for that, I think what we're gonna do oh, we want to go down. We're gonna F5 it. Quick save it right here. Oh, we lost that. I was kind of worried we were going to lose that. I do have an engineer on board, so I think I can fix it. Stop. Let's just bring her over to the base, though. Where is our hatch, by the way? I'm not sure. I think the hatch, yeah, the hatch is right here. Okay, so we can get out. Yeah, let's get out. Oh. Yeah, I know. Isn't that awesome? Let's get everybody out. Let go. Let's put you right here. Perfect. So I'm just gonna stick with this landing. It was not perfect, obviously. We're gonna have to build better landers when the time comes. My mistake was trying to use the retrograde controls, and it swung it out, and I couldn't. It wouldn't swing back across in time. But here we are, guys. We can jump on the moon. We have our sun. Did I pick a spot? Oh, there it is. Look at that. You got the moon base in the back. You got the Earth in the background. It's a good shot, guys. It's a good shot. But with that, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode here. We'll probably do some more stuff on the moon here. And we're probably going to have to try to get this thing home. But the nice part is here, especially if I bring out the RCS. Oop, I'm using the wrong controls here. Let me get this back. There we go. Shift is what I'm looking for. Let's see here. Grab board. So we have our base set up here. Perfect. If we look at we've got the base. We have a lot of, wow. We have a lot of supplies. That's good. So you, my friend, have to go over there as well. It seems like on the moon, it's just easier to use the jetpack to get around. There we go. Board you in there. And we'll get you in there too. Oh, totally biffed that landing. We do have some supplies here too that I want to, whoa. Board. That I want to drop off here. So we've got a year's worth of food and water here. We've got some extra oxygen. I think I do have a processor here. So this is a purifier, so it'll take wastewater and turn it into regular water. This will take carbon dioxide and turn it back into oxygen. So we do have that ability to change things over with that. This one we can do no scientist present. Oh yeah, because we have to transfer crew. So we want to transfer Bob to here. And I think we're going to transfer Bill into there as well. There we go. So now we got 2 of them in the laboratory. So if we actually go here to the view, you can see they're hanging out here in the library, or the laboratory. Oh yeah. Oh, right there. Look at. There's the monument. Cool. But now if we start science, or start research, this guy right now is doing research. And we're going to start creating science, basically. Apparently right now we have 0 science. Okay. That's probably because we don't have any experiments on there. I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll figure it out next time. I know this episode's running long, so I apologize. So let's wrap things up here. Thank you all for watching. And as always, take it easy.